I'm going to walk you through step by step our real estate rainmaker method that absolutely crushes it for generating leads, qualifying, and turning clicks into commission checks for our real estate agents that we work with, the teams, and the brokers. So I'm going to go ahead and share my screen with you right now and walk you through the exact step by step process that we utilize. Now, this is the most important slide that I share in all of my presentations, and that is exactly why I'm starting here first. In case you don't know me, my name is Rahul. I run a company called Custom Creatives, and one of our brands is called Real Estate Rainmaker. I used to work at Realtor.com as an employee. After I left, that company ended up hiring mine to be their agency to help them write all their ad copy, design all their creatives, and also create landing pages so all of their agents can have the same success that we develop for our agents. So without further ado, here goes. The first step to any successful campaign that you'll ever want to run is understanding who your target audience is. Where are they located? What do they do? How much money do they make? Even if it's not even part of your targeting system, depending on the platform you're using. However, you want to document and know exactly who you sell to, because I'll tell you one thing, it is not everybody. I hear time and time again from realtors and agents and brokers. The more experienced ones are pretty defined, but I hear I'll work from 100-mile radius. If they're ready to buy or sell, I'll go anywhere. I get it. That's totally fine, and it may be true. However, we want to focus in on who your most ideal person is, so you can turn these strangers into people who now know you. From once they know you, they'll like you, then they'll trust you. And this is how this whole marketing system works. This is why it's so successful, because once we know who our ideal customer is, then and only then we start speaking to them, and that's how we develop our offers. Offers come in a variety of ways. They can be buyer offers, seller offers, foreclosure offers, condo offers, community offers, HOA offers, rental offers, etc. And sometimes we start off with branding, because nowhere in the world have you been able to literally put your ad in front of your entire city with a couple clicks of a button, but you need to have the right strategy for it to be effective. Otherwise, you'll be wasting a ton of cash. And then worse off, you may give up on a marketing system or a marketing platform like social media that absolutely 100% works. It beats any other medium out there like TV, radio, billboards, magazines, etc. And it's all trackable. It's all agile, meaning you can change it at any given time. So it's amazing once you learn this particular skill or hire the right person to run it for you. So the next step after we've created our can't say no offer, because we want to talk about what the consumer wants. We don't want to focus all of our efforts on us. We don't want to talk about how we're the best. We may throw that in there in a branding ad that you may be the number one agent or $160 million in sales volume for a year or 2 years or whatever it may be, number one in your office. That's all amazing stuff. But again, we want to focus our attention and our care on our end customer because they care about themselves. Now, once we have our offer, we create different ways where we can capture their information, and we call that lead capture. That comes in a variety of ways. That can come in a landing page where you're collecting information like name, email, phone number, and other criteria. It can come from a lead page. A lead page is simply the platform you choose, whether it's Google, LinkedIn, Facebook, Instagram, etc. They have these little built-in forms and widgets that you can create and capture basic information. The advantages of that are that it's frictionless. A lot of the time, the information is auto-populated. The downside is people may forget because they're running so fast that they may click a submit button. So there's pros and cons of both sides of the equation, but we want to make it easy for our customers to opt in and give us their information so we now have a lead that we can follow up on. And the best part about these leads is you can get them from under $1 to under $3 in those areas where you can actually make huge commissions. And that's the whole point of testing the lead capture mechanism from landing pages, lead pages, and another thing called chatbots, which I'll get to in a minute. Now, if you're using lead capture forms, you'll want to take them to something we call a thank you page. And all too often, I see people have messages like this. Thank you, your inquiry has been sent. Not really a good way to use that real estate because they just gave you the information. Yeah, they may be busy, but they've just given you their name, their email, their phone number, and other criteria. Take advantage of that real estate and put maybe a video in there to explain what is going to happen next. That allows you to be the brand so they get to know you, like, and trust you before you even picked up the phone. How would that feel if a stranger already was attracted to your marketing and you as a human being, and they have not even spoken to you? And better yet, you have their name, their email, their phone number, when they want to move, and their criteria. And even if they own a home, if they've been pre-qualified, if they're working with another realtor. So you have a lot of this ammo at your arsenal. You now need to apply it and use it and leverage it. And either one of two things, maybe three things: learn a skill and do it yourself, learn how to hire somebody good that can make you a hell of a lot more money and leverage your time so you can free up your time and spend the money to get experts to do it for you. Or the third option, which I hope no one takes, just watch things happen and do nothing about it, and nothing changes. Okay. So take advantage of this page so you can direct people what to do next. Here's my video. Next up, I'll be calling you from this number. If you want to call me, here's my number. Here's my calendar so you can book an appointment for 10 to 15 minutes, and we can do a quick call to see if there's a good fit for you in the market right now. And if there is, we can start to compile this list of homes. We can compile a tour. We can go into the next steps of the dating relationship here. We're not trying to get married to these people. We're trying to date. We're trying to see if they're a good fit for us, we're a good fit for them, and if we can even provide a solution at this stage. Now, when people fill in their information, there's one nifty thing that's absolutely imperative to me, because we're living on this cutting edge of life where there's self-driving cars at the point of this recording. And we have something called chatbots. When somebody fills this in, we can move them immediately to take an online interactive survey right inside of Facebook, right inside of the platform they're on. And we can be on their phone using surveys like asking them what their bedrooms are that they want to buy or sell, their bathrooms, the square footage, the city, the zip code, the square footage, whether they've been pre-qualified, working with another realtor, do they own a home, yes or no? What's the best phone number to reach them? What's the best email to reach them if we don't already have this information? And then boom, it's right in your phone. It's right in your inbox. You can literally pick up your phone and you get a lead by text message. This is submitted right to you. You touch it, and guess what? Hey, you just filled in this Facebook ad. It's Johnny. I wanted to make sure I was able to catch you. Is it a good time for you? And off you go. So now we provide scripts too for these follow-ups. Now, the important part I want to show you right here is this tracking. This is absolutely imperative to know your numbers, because once you know your numbers, then you can leverage it into revenue. You now know your marketing is working and you can put more into it. And think of it like this: your business is going to be like your next Uber. If you spend money wisely and follow a system and a process like the one I'm sharing, then you can double, triple, quadruple, 1,000x your return. Because imagine putting in 2,000, 3,000, 5,000, heck, $100. What if you put $100 into ads and you got 30, 60, 90 leads? Is it unreasonable? No, absolutely not, because we've seen it happen. We've helped people make that happen. What if your commissions were 2.5%? Think of the number that you'd make. If it's $500,000, 2% of that is a lot of money. $1 million, 2% of that is a lot of money. So we want to look at it from an ROI perspective, and that's why lead tracking is absolutely imperative. Now, one thing, one thing you'll want to do here is put it into a system, like a database. Like we have something called the follow-up monster. When a lead comes in, and it automatically goes into our database will automatically send them a text message and an email sequence to warm them up so they can get in touch with our agents. So our agents are the first movers, because we know there's a lot of competition. When people work with us, we want them winning, not our competitors. And that's why we want to put them in a position for success. So if you're using a system out there, make sure you're leveraging automation. You want to make sure that your leads are tended to within 5 to 15 minutes. And I was speaking with the chief economic advisor, the senior chief economic advisor of housing for Realtor.com and the NAR. And he had mentioned the value of social media being so important today because your customers, if you're a real estate agent, are sitting right on social media. And if you think they're not, you're completely wrong. They're all sitting there right on their phones. They have all these things called mobile apps, whether it's Facebook, Instagram, YouTube, LinkedIn, TikTok. We like using Facebook and Instagram. YouTube's awesome. And if you know how to leverage TikTok, by all means, put your money into your marketing where your customers are. Meet them where they are. Don't fight it, or you will not get it. So that's just my point. So next up, once we have them in the lead tracking system, we have our pipeline, our stages like brand new lead, booked appointment, lost deal, closed and got paid. So we have all these different deal stages. So whenever you're waking up in the morning, you know exactly how to conduct your day. You got, all right, these people haven't booked. Let me hammer this list. Let me call all 60, 70 people, assign it to my call center, my ISA team, whomever it may be. So they can just go boom, right through the list, text message right through the list, email right through the list, next stage, next status, while you, the owner, the CEO, the realtor, the person who runs your own independent business working for a brokerage, you are going to be focusing on the hottest ones, the people who are right there, the people who are about to book an appointment, the people who've already booked an appointment and you need to follow up with. So that's important. Now, with our system, I already touched on this. We do automated follow-up. This is the money's in the follow-up. We all know that. I don't want to sound like a broken record that you've heard this before, but it's just the absolute truth. If you don't follow up, guess what? They're going to go somewhere else. If you're not timely, they're going to go somewhere else. If you're not organized, they're going to recognize that. And then guess what? They will go somewhere else. So have a follow-up system. Try not to do it just manually alone. Yes, you can. That's awesome if you can. More power to you if you're not leaking a lead. I haven't met somebody yet that doesn't use technology that hasn't lost a deal. Because if you're not using it, and you're using sticky notes or Google Sheets or whatnot, it might be hard to keep track of every single person. But when you have a database and a proper system, and I'm talking about a system you actually use and embrace and don't fight, not one of those free ones that you get from your broker that has generic emails that you may or may not be using, something that you actually will leverage so you can make more money. So if you're spending a couple bucks on it, it's going to make you a ton more in the end, because a CRM is the foundation of every business. You have to have a system and a process, or it's going to be a chaotic business. It's going to be very, very hard. And leading with a CRM, this is one of the most important yet most underused things I see when it comes to working with people in the real estate category. And in fact, any business that I work with and consult for, which I've done for a lot of people since 2004 and starting this agency. That's why I think it's so imperative to have a great follow-up system. And that leads to a happy life, new customers, more revenue, fatter bank accounts. And then you get the things you want, whatever your desires are, whether it's more money, more zeros in the bank account, the fancy car, bigger home, college paid for the kids in cash, the vacation, the laptop lifestyle, owning a business so you have team or whomever running it for you, whatever that goal is, build a system, leverage this slide. If you need any help, reach out to us. Now, don't forget to drop a comment below. I want to hear from you. Subscribe wherever you are seeing this video. Let me know what you think. Let me know if you have any tips. Love to hear from you. And if you do want to connect, in the description, there will be a place where you can book a call with us so we can see if this program would be a good fit for you and your team.